What's up, everyone? My name is Tommy. Welcome to my hobby channel. Today I am following up my last video, the 2025 Stadium Club Retail Rip with Hobby Box, and we'll kind of compare the two and see where it shakes out. So to kind of recap the previous video, I pulled all the major color and stuff. I guess we'll start with we did get one auto out of one of the Megas to 25, Luana Santos. We got two refractors, so those are kind of a bit of a more narrow pull. In terms of inserts, this InstaVision, we've got one of those from 7 boxes at retail. A couple of other inserts we have like 2 of, but that was, I guess, I don't want to call it a short print because it is just an insert, but I guess the rarest insert of the group. We did get a couple short prints. This Raquel Pennington was a short print. It was turned around in one of the packs. The way they have the cards numbered, it kind of makes it easy. Everything from 250 to, I think, 300 is, 200 to 250 is vet-based image variation, and then the rookie base variations, like this Acosta, are the 250 to 300. So we did get a couple short prints, and Acosta is coming off a big win over, I keep calling him Costa, it's Costa. I don't know why I keep calling him that. But he is coming off a big win over Derek Lewis, my guy. So, and then the numbering is kind of weird. So the chrome and the base have different numbering. This green is just a regular parallel, non-numbered parallel. For the base, green is numbered to 199. For some reason, I guess the fuchsia purple, or whatever you want to call it, is the same for both releases. And then we did get a Adrian Yanez 250. And then with the regular color and stuff like that, the sepias are retail. Blasts are exclusive. The orange parallels you saw in the last video are the Mega Box exclusives. And today we are going to be looking for a couple autos and hopefully a little bit of color out of the Hobby Box. Let me get something to get it open, and we'll dive into it. I don't know how many. We got 16 packs, 8 a pack. So each release has a different number of cards in the pack. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if that makes it easier for them to in the factory or not. I guess, I really have never paid attention to that. I guess that might be a common thing. I'm just now noticing 5 years back into the hobby, but I always know they, hobby packs are obviously March. You'd think that's kind of makes it easier. I don't want to have these slide all over the place. But there we go. Empty hobby box. To the side. So, hope everybody's staying warm. Had a bit of a big, almost countrywide freeze, it seems like. Down here at the very tip in South Texas, I think we were the closest to getting below freezing without actually, or being a part of the front. So, didn't ice too bad. So, Jamal Hill is going to be the first card coming out. Mike Morales, Bo Nickel, Dan Hooker. There's our first numbered card. Victoria Dudakova to 199, starting on the rainbow there. Hype Machine of Brian Ortega. I think we got 2 of these opening the retail. So one of the shorter print, I guess. Claudio Ribeiro and Gilbert Burns. These are kind of like the black. These are not numbered. So I think we want it from the left. We'll keep going to the left stack. So. But yeah, UFC 324, Patty versus Justin Gaethje. That was a super fun card. I enjoyed it top to bottom. Only a couple of fights that kind of hiccuped throughout the night, but I thought, there were some things I didn't like with the Paramount production in general, but that's okay. Delete say, I love that card. Trey Waters, as we're coming up on Armin Saryukin to 99. That's a good pull. He is out here making the social media rounds, lobbying for his chance to be in the title picture, which is now, I guess, Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria. I think Topuria opened as a pretty big favorite and will probably continue to be hammered. Love Justin, but his fight against Patty was by no means a technical masterclass. I mean, it was just really an all-out brawl. He happened to come out ahead. Both dudes, you know, it was a great fight to watch. You know, obviously, but yeah, neither one I think really brought forward their best game plan. But yeah, it's kind of a classic Justin Gaethje fight when you think about it. So there's unnumbered, or just a regular chrome. So Special Forces Topuria, speaking of the gentleman himself. Guess I'll put that in the insert pile. Adolfo and Dustin Poirier. Looks like we're getting one of these reds a pack. I don't know if these are hobby exclusive or if they're in retail. Imagine they're probably the hobby version. So. And then we've got another pretty good pay-per-view coming up. We've got Volkanovski and Lopez. Saw Lopez in his last fight. He was here in San Antonio, handling Jan Silva, who just picked up a win over Arnold Allen. But Topuria. So UFC trying to get up to a quick start under the new Paramount deal for 2026. No more pay-per-views, but quite frankly, if it came down to paying, was it almost $100? There's kind of a miscut. Versus being, okay. Base auto, rainbow parallel. I think that's the 25. I can't remember what the rainbow is. I was looking at the checklist earlier. But we do have a redemption. I am still waiting on a redemption from Topps Finest last year of Shara Bullet to 5. So maybe this will kind of get the ball rolling when I go to redeem that. So Victoria Dudakova red. Dudakova and rainbow come along pretty nice. So. Yeah, I'd imagine it might be hard for Topps to get some of these Russian dudes to sign. gotta catch them when they're over in the States. You know, so maybe send an envoy to one of the Abu Dhabi cards. It's a relatively benign pack, like Breeden. So by the looks of it, we'll be getting one actual autograph today. So it looks like it might be kind of a close race for hobby and retail. To see. Instavision. Okay, there's a Marab Instavision. That's a black. See, these black paraballs, they don't stick out very well, so I keep passing them up. I thought they were shorter print than they are. There's a Marab. What's this one? Looks like it's got a slightly different finish. Nakamura and Peter Yan. Last pack of the left stack. So, Irsig. Pavlovich. What we got here? Joe Anderson Brito. Numbered, not numbered. So, what is that? Like a yellow parallel? It's not quite gold. I'm going to have a non-numbered gold in there. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, it's just hard to keep track. I don't know. If you're going to have two different kind of like class of cards in there, just make it easy, man. I don't know. Try and make it a little easier. Don't be switching numbers around for colors in the same release. Help me help you guys. So, yeah, I also haven't been looking out for image variations, but I assume they might be turned around like they were in retail. Rebecca. so far, 2 numbered cards. Kind of pales in comparison to what we're seeing out of retail. We got something coming up. Let's insert Krylov coming off of a win. And Trevor Peek rookie. Is that a chrome? Yeah, it's chrome base. Chrome base Trevor Peek. Non-numbered. So, I have to look up what the rainbow parallel is, but I want to say it was to 25. So, I do know it's numbered. Let's see if we can get one more short print out of here. I do like the fact it's on card, which might, lead to having some more redemptions. But yeah, Topps coming with the on-card autos for UFC, I think is pretty strong throughout all their releases this year. I like to see that. So my Shard Bullet from last year is just a sticker auto, so I kind of would kind of want that card, to be honest with you. So because I know he's live. He was live in other releases last year. I think he was live in Gold Label, but he wasn't in Topps Finest, and I'm still waiting. We're talking 2024 Topps Finest, not 2025 Topps Finest. Just came out. Weston Wilson, John Jones Dynasty, one of the shorter. Again, I don't want to say shorter print, but one of the harder to get inserts. Sean had a good fight against Sean O'Malley. Thought he was winning, but as the fight went longer, Sean definitely was starting to pull ahead, and I wish that would have been 5 rounds, because I think we would have. I don't know why this pack felt kind of fat. No. Don't know why. Just a regular old base. And Rose Namajunas is another fighter who had a good fight this past week. And I actually thought she won. I thought it was close. Natalia Silva ended up getting the split. But let's see. This is we got 2 packs after this. Let's see. One more numbered parallel. I think we got something turned around here, so it might be a short print. Nope. Conor McGregor hype machine. So, followed by the Izzy. And Mullen Can. 2 more packs left. Yeah, as I'm looking at it, if I'm being honest, as we close out, I think Hobby needs to lands a knockout blow here, as I think we see a non-numbered green here, which I would not consider a knockout blow. I think. No, is this the... That is not the short print Connor. There is a short print Connor, I know that. Hey, GSP, I'll take that. Take that for the PC, do like that. But it's not numbered. Not numbered. Let's see what's going on in this last pack before we head to the judges' scorecard. Rocky Sadikov, Macy Barber. Is that a refractor? Okay, that is a refractor. I will give her that. I think that is... I have to go back through the chrome, double check, because I think we're supposed to get 2 refractors. In fact, let me do that now before we head to the judges' scorecard. There's a refractor. It was Jake Matthews, the first refractor. Couldn't tell. Okay, so that was 1 hobby box of Stadium Club. I will say the checklist does have a lot of cool stuff on it. There's a very wide checklist, a lot of different autos you could hit. But in terms of price, I think we had a slightly better... yeah, those are 2. So we got 1 Dynasty, 2 hype machines. Yeah, and in this division. We did get quite a few non-numbered parallels, including a couple of black. So I do guess the red is pretty much what we're going to see. I'm not entirely sure. The yellow, a couple blacks. Then we will go to the other. Did get our 2 refractors, which is pretty much what we pulled from the retail. George St. Pierre, Dudakova, Saryukin to 99. And then 2 autos, Trevor Peak rookie on card. And, you know, they're not like refractors, it's just base chrome. And then a base, rainbow parallel. So I want to say, I think that is the 25. It is lower numbered. I know that. Of Tyler Ulanbekov. So, if I was judging this contest, which I guess I am, I'd give it to retail. I was pretty impressed with what I saw coming out of retail for the value. I did get the retail slightly cheaper than I do think because it was release day. It was a local hobby shop situation. But I do think, you know, per dollar, I think you saw slightly more come out of retail. I will just, for kind of comparison, all inserts and stuff aside, when you're talking about non-numbered parallels and things of that nature, this is what we were looking at out of retail. I'll pull this base aside. And then this is kind of what we were left with out of a hobby box. Obviously, more boxes involved, more cards, more base. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I wouldn't necessarily judge everything off of just one hobby box. Obviously, there are going to be hobby boxes that are much better than others. I think this is kind of probably, though, a pretty standard hobby box. Probably what you're looking at. 1 numbered auto, maybe a base auto. A little bit of decent color. But yeah, when you're pulling cards to 75 out of blasters, and yeah, I mean, we did get, I think the lowest numbered card we got today was the Armand to 99. Well, other than the auto. But yeah, was this 2 numbered cards? Yeah, two numbered cards out of a hobby box. Yeah, I just think for your price, give retail a shot. I do think it's a fun release. I'm definitely going to sit aside, build the set. Might be ripping more for sure if he comes along at a decent price. I know, you know, there are websites that are still selling it for about $130. It was actually on UFCstore.com for about $130. They did sell out. Keep your eye out if you do want to pick up a couple hobby boxes that way. I wouldn't probably, if the price ever goes over $200, I'd probably stay away. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. If you did like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Do hobby and retail from time to time. Do have some stuff coming up. Super Bowl's right around the corner, and definitely will be more UFC and other things along the way. But until next time, you guys have a good one.